What's up, Minties? The Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. This lovely lady is...
Wonder Maddie. Hey guys.
She doesn't need an introduction. Today we are going to talk about something that some of you all have been wanting us to talk about, and that is the new DC Comics timeline that Dan Didio and I believe Jim Lee presented at New York Comic Con a week ago. So
Omar
we're gonna
has done
try.
his best.
We're gonna try and stay tuned. This is part 1 of 2, by the way. There's gonna be 2 parts. We're gonna be talking about Generation 1 and Generation 2. I feel like I'm talking about Transformers now, but no, we're talking about DC. Next part will be Generation 3 and 4. So now stay tuned.
Thank you, DC, for your really bad-looking Excel document you made.
Now stay tuned. This episode is sponsored by CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. Welcome back, everybody. Now, we don't have a high resolution of this chart that DC presented. As a matter of fact, nobody does. And you can tell from the picture here, this is as high quality as it got. Bleeding Cool broke the news first, and then other people got on about what some of these things that happened during these years were. So that's what we're going to talk about. Some of this stuff was purposely blacked out by DC because either they don't want to reveal what happened on that year, or they don't know. They haven't come up with something.
Which is possible.
Which is possible, right?
I love you, DC, but let's be real.
So this is the new continuity, because before this, we always said, the thing was, when you're reading comics, Batman has been Batman for 10 years. That was the way you wagered the age of the DC Universe. This is them writing down exactly what took place when. They're not doing it like, they're not giving us a year like 1938 or 1989. They're giving us year 1, year 2. So kicking it off with Generation 1, the dawn of the heroic age. This is a 25-year time window. So year 1, this is the beginning of the DC Universe. Year 1, we're starting it off with Krypton exploding. And then the rocket crashes in Smallville. Wonder Woman debuts. And Steve Trevor crashes on Themyscira?
Themyscira, yes. You got that right.
Yes! Awesome. Why don't you do year 2?
Alright, so year 2, Jay Garrick debuts as the Flash. Alan Scott debuts as the Green Lantern. Zatara debuts as a stage magician. Dan Garrett debuts as Blue Beetle, and Black Hawk assembles crew.
The crew.
Yeah.
Right. Like, once you saw these, you could see why it's hard to read some of these. So, year 3, we have the JSA. Wonder Woman and Jay Garrick, I assume, joined the JSA. Alan joins the JSA. And Dinah Drake debuts as Black Canary.
Year 4, Sergeant Rock and the Easy Company enter European theater.
Okay, so then Sergeant Rock is now part of the DCU again. Year 5, the JSA enters World War II. So,
which means you're giving it a date.
Right, you're giving it a date, so how in the hell can that happen? That means that Superman... Okay, you know what? Never mind. Maybe all of this will be fixed because of Crisis, right? So
right,
we haven't gotten there
so
yet.
It doesn't matter.
So, year 5, JSA enters World War II, Freedom Fighters debut, and the All-Star Squadron are formed.
Okay, so year 6, we have a bunch of redacted bits. I don't know exactly the reason why they decided to do this. So they talk about, I guess, Thomas and Martha Wayne's...
Maybe have a kid?
Maybe the birth of Bruce, maybe their death.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure, but it says Thomas and Martha Wayne, and then it's redacted. Debut of someone.
Yeah.
And then Justice League, redacted. Newsboy Legion supports the war effort at home.
Yeah, that's what
So it's kind of a weird year.
It's just a weird year to include World War II and then Thomas and Martha Wayne giving birth to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay, so year 7, it looks like the Haunted Tank debuts. So the Haunted Tank, Sergeant Rock, all that part of DC again.
Year 8, Wonder Woman returns to Themyscira following atomic bomb drop. Freedom Fighters disband. Again, dating this.
Okay, year 9 through 11 are completely blank. We don't know what happened. Maybe nothing happened in the DC universe.
Maybe. Year 12, Dinah Lance is born.
Okay, so there's a 12-year difference between her and Clark. I guess that kind of makes sense. So leading us to year 13, Clark Kent becomes Superboy. Works in secret, and the Creature Commandos debut. No mention of the Legion yet, maybe.
So year 14 is when Alfred Pennyworth is hired by the Wayne family. So I guess based on that, the earlier year that we saw, we're trying to talk about Martha, is probably when Bruce was born.
Yeah, I would think so. Year 15 is purposely left blank. There's like a black line, and you could...
Yeah, and year 16 is when Thomas and Martha Wayne die. So...
year 17 was left blank, and year 18 is the Senate bans superheroes. Clark stopped being Superman, the Flash, something. Alan retires as the Green Lantern, the JSA disbands, Dan Garrett goes underground, and the Task Force X is assembled. That is kind of like the precursor to the Suicide Squad.
Year 19, Arthur Curry's father dies, Black Manta's father dies, and John Johns arrives on Earth.
So we have the Martian Manhunter coming to Earth, and that's the first time we see Arthur Curry, Aquaman, talked about. So that is in the 19th year of the DC universe.
Mm-hmm.
Year 20, Arthur meets the Others, and Arthur meets Volko, which all that was part of the Jeff Johns run.
Year 21, Arthur meets Orm. So it looks like for 3 years, Arthur's the only one that matters in the DC.
Apparently, that's when they focus on that.
Yeah.
Year 22 and 23 are left blank.
All right, so year 24, Challengers of the Unknown were formed, and then year 25 is blank. So
Yep.
that's the first generation.
That is the first 25 years of the new DC timeline, and that is called the Dawn of the Heroic Age. So you have things like the JSA in there, you have the Superman coming to Earth, you have the formation of Sergeant Rock, and again, dating themselves by saying they're entering World War II.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Generation 2 is the Space Age, 15-year time window. So before, we had the Silver Age, the Golden Age, the Bronze Age, the Modern Age. Now we're having generations. So this begins with year 1, Batman and Superman. Batman debuts, Batman year 1, and then Superman also debuts, and I assume it's Superman Man of Steel. Maybe, I don't know.
I would assume so, because they've already mentioned Superman previously.
Yeah, but I don't know which origin they're
Superman?
gonna go with, right? Because they could go with the origin. I seriously doubt they're gonna go with the New 52 origin, but
Yeah.
they could do the retcon origin of either Birthright or Secret Identity.
That's true. Okay, so year 2 we have the Rogues Gallery debuts Joker, and then I guess Catwoman debuts. It was hard to read. Batman year 2.
Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? That Batman year 2
Omar's so happy.
is that Batman year 2 is now considered continuity. Holy shit! Sorry.
Aquaman debuts. Barry Allen debuts as the Flash. And then we also have Flash year 1. Hal Jordan debuts as Green Lantern. Oliver Queen debuts as Green Arrow. And Martian Manhunter goes public. So this is our big debut year.
This would be what the equivalent of the Silver Age, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, because year 3, Dick Grayson debuts as Robin. World's Finest Batman and Superman debut. Wally West debuts as Kid Flash. So it looks like this is the beginning of the Sidekicks, the beginning of the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
The Rogues debut. Sinestro debuts. Aquaman something.
All right, then going into year 4, we have Justice League of America. And then also Batman joins JLA, Superman joins JLA, Wonder Woman returns from, I assume, Themyscira,
Yeah.
and then joins JLA. And, okay, this is Barry joins, Hal joins, looks like something with the Black Lantern.
Maybe the Black Lanterns are created or formed.
Yeah, then Aquaman also joins, Black Canary joins, so does Martian Manhunter and the Atom.
Year 5. This is interesting. We have the Doom Patrol debuting. Then we have Donna Troy returns and Wonder Woman blank. Barry meets Jay. That's the story of Flash of Two Worlds. It's got to be the story of Flash of Two Worlds.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, right? So that is the first time that they acknowledge the fact that the guy that you've been reading comics about is an actual character. And
Yeah.
Guy Gardner debuts as a Green Lantern, and Green Arrow joins the JLA.
So this is interesting. They say, so Donna Troy returns.
Right, I didn't even see her name up at the top. But like she could have been one of the Squibbles or something else, though.
That's true.
And where did she return from? The dead?
Well, okay, so...
And her whole thing is...
Let's come back and talk. So,
Okay.
year 6, we have Crisis of Two Worlds.
That's the first time that we see the JSA and the JLA together for the
Right.
first time, like as a team up.
And then we have the Teen Titans debut. So
Okay.
that's Dick, Wally, Garth, Roy, Donna. If year 5 is Donna Troy returns, I don't know if that means that she just is showing up, because there is the return of Donna Troy, which is when
After she died.
Yeah,
though.
after she dies.
But
it
that's
goes
well
back.
after Infinite
that's
Crisis.
way later, yeah.
Or, yeah, right before
Yeah.
Infinite
So it may
Crisis.
just be just the arrival of Donna Troy. Which her whole origin's messed up anyway, so...
Who is Donna Troy? We've been asking that question for 30 years.
Yeah.
Year 7, the JSA returns from, I guess...
The other world?
Well, comes back, right? Because they were old guys, maybe?
Yeah.
JSA something, and somebody is born in that year.
Alright, year 8, Supergirl arrives.
Okay.
Something with Superman, something with Teen Titans. Flash marries Iris West. Guy Gardner debuts as the Justice League Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Dinah and Ollie fight Batman. Okay. Tula shows up as Aquagirl. Year 9, Ra's al Ghul and Talia debut. And Hawkman joins the JLA. Now, I'm really interested to see how they decide what can they give Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Yeah, I was thinking those were some of those most convoluted origins, so I'm wondering the same thing, how they're going to handle Hawkman and Hawkgirl, which origin they're going to go with.
Yeah.
Or if any of this is even going to matter. Or if it's just for nerds like us that are like, oh my gosh, when did this take place? In year 10 of Generation 2, Diana loses her powers. So is that
So they're
the
keeping
fight?
that. Yeah, so year 11, Barbara Gordon debuts as Batgirl. We have something with Teen Titans and Green Lantern. Professor Zoom kills Iris.
Yeah.
There's the Something War. I'm not sure what that would be. Jon Stewart is the new Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And Hal something redacted. So is this when Hal...
No, this is before Parallax, which makes me think then Diana losing her powers has to be something from the Silver Age when she was like a super spy or something.
Well, yeah, because she was... Oh, yeah, because she had her, those weird Diana years.
Yeah, Diana Prince years.
Yeah, the Diana Prince years.
So then we're moving on to year 12, the new Teen Titans. So now it's taking the Marv Wolfman stuff and George Perez. Wonder Woman, Diana returns. New Teen Titans debut. So-and-so breakup. I could not read that.
I would assume it's probably...
Corey and Dick, maybe, if they're talking about the Titans.
I don't know, unless it's, I always think Ollie and Dinah when I think about couples that would break up.
And then so-and-so joins the Justice League.
Alright, so year 13, we have Shazam.
Okay, so now it's established that
And I assume, because we couldn't really read this, but I assume it's Black Adam showing up as well.
Yeah.
Flash kills Professor Zoom. Something on the throne of Aquaman. I don't really know. And then Billy Baston. So it's a Shazam year, I guess.
Yeah, that's a big Shazam debut year 13 of Generation 2. Year 14 is the debut of somebody as the new somebody. Damn. Maybe? No, they haven't, because this is right before Crisis. Because Ted Kord now comes in as the Blue Beetle. So they're still acknowledging the fact that this is all pre-Crisis right after the Charlton Comics. They bought the Charlton Comics rights.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wish there was a high definition, like, version of this so we could read it better.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure why they didn't do
I think
that.
they're trying to keep this a secret, or they're trying to keep this just to the panel, and I don't know.
It's just weird.
Yeah. So this is
I
the
think
big
it's a
one.
nice choice. All right,
Just
year 15, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Dick Grayson debuts as Nightwing.
Yep.
We have somebody as something, I'm not sure what. Supergirl dies.
Yeah.
And they have a few other things I can't read. The Judas contract happens.
That's awesome.
Barry dies. Wally West debuts as the Flash. There's a redacted something, and Aquaman dies.
And Aquaman dies. That's very interesting. And that is all in year 15.
Yeah.
Those are the first two generations. So join us for part 2 as we talk about generations 3 and 4. Let us know in the comments down below. Maybe by the time this video comes out, DC will have put out the actual timeline, or maybe they'll make a comic book about it, right?
Yeah.
And they'll announce it. Like the history of the DC universe, they'll do that again. So, leave the comments down below. Let us know what you think about this new timeline, whether it contradicts itself, or it's pretty interesting that they're going from, I guess they got tired of calling it the Golden Age, Silver Age, Earth 1, Earth 2, that we're going from all that to Generation 1, Generation 2, and there's a total of 4 generations. So join us for Gen 3 and 4 next time.
Oh.
That's
I
okay.
always say. Alright, don't forget to like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget we have a Patreon, we also have a Redbubble, so check those out if you're interested. And don't forget, it's classy and cool. It must be intermittent. Join us again for part 2.